Here we go again, huh? Don't say nothing to me if you ain't gonna say nothing to them.
Welcome to Timoteo TV. This is our first annual All-Star Draft. We're excited. We have, instead of the traditional Peace Against Justice division, we're actually having the red team versus blue team. The blue team will be headed up and coached by Buddy, and he'll be drafting first round after he won the toss. And Hector will be taking the red team. And how it works is first we're going to do an offensive draft. Each person will have to, each coach will have to select 2 quarterbacks and 1 hiker, and then they'll have the choice of 5 different receivers between the 2 that they'll have to select. And the positions that they select will be their starters and play mostly in that position for the first half, and then there could be some change around as the second half comes about. So, so we're excited. This is a new endeavor for us, and we'll see how it works.
Well, with the first pick, first let us tell you that Buddy won the coin toss for the official first pick. So with the first pick, the Blue All-Stars, led by Buddy Martinez.
This first pick is a no-brainer. Potentially the MVP of the league. You have to go with the best quarterback this year, Felix, my boy Rodriguez.
Felix.
Wow, that was an awesome pick. You know, I'm not surprised that Buddy picked that as his first pick. You know, because Felix is pretty much looked like he has the MVP vote locked. Like he's gonna win MVP of the league. Right. Nobody is surprised. I think if Heck had the first pick, he did the same thing and picked Felix. So I gotta say that's a great selection by Buddy Martinez.
That was no brainer. No brainer. That's
no brainer.
No, yeah, that's what you build a championship all-star team with as a quarterback. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you use your point guard on your offense. So with the next pick of the Timoteo All-Star game, the red All-Stars led by Hector will make his selection.
All right, so I'm gonna pick the best player in the league. That's all around, both offense and defense. But offense, no one can stop him at all. I'm gonna pick Jalil from the Eagles.
That's a good pick. Yeah, he's a beast, and as we've seen this year, if you have him as a receiver, you don't really need a quarterback. So I think that was a good selection for him, and yes, that's good.
Great selection.
I like that move by Hector. I think
he's a great.
I think he was on point with saying that the best player in the league as well.
Yeah. And he's thinking second half when he can put him on defense as well.
Right,
so,
right, amazing.
He's a playmaker, great playmaker.
Our next pick will be selected by the Blue All-Stars again, Buddy Martinez.
I'm picking now.
Best player in the league. Listen, we're gonna expose him this week. He might not even show up to the game. All right, but he can stick. My next pick, Khalil Rogers, Packers. That's my next pick. Felix and Collier, baby, unstoppable.
Yeah. He definitely had some of the best highlights this year. I think he's a solid player. He also can play both ways. He'll be a good receiver. It'll be interesting to see Felix and Khalil working together. Wow. I think that's going to be...
It's going to be a great combination. Yeah, I was looking at a little bit of the tape last year in the All-Star game, and I seen how Felix was connecting last year with Khalil. And that was last year. And I think this year, Felix had took his game up another notch into another level. And so has Khalil. So this is going to be a really good combination between them two. I like to see how they will work on this Saturday coming up.
I like Buddy's selection. He picked speed, hands, and... vertical ability. I mean, this kid is amazing for as small he is. So with the next pick that we have, we're going to go with the red All-Stars with Hector.
All right, since he picked one of his players, I'm going to pick one of my best players. He broke the record for the most catches in the season. He was unstoppable this year, both sides of the ball again. So he plays both phases of the field. I'm going to pick Shami.
Wow, nice.
I mean, that's good. He's going strong receivers. He figures out, you know, the rest of the quarterback selection is kind of all the same. So let me just pile up on my wide receivers early. Good strategy. I like it.
I like it. It's a great strategy. His first pick was Jalil. Jalil, 50% of his catches are touchdowns, so you know he's going long half of the time. And then he picked Shami, who half of the time he's coming across the middle. He has the most catches in the league, which says that he's sitting in the gaps a lot. So I think he has a little game plan where he'll have Jalil occupying the safety while Shami will be coming across the middle. That's a great
tandem right there.
Smart move by Hector. I think he's gearing up his team with big receivers, big time receivers, because I believe he's going to pick Moses as his quarterback. So let's go with that.
I'm wondering.
Let's go with that next pick for the blue team with Buddy Martinez.
Now listen, he took a nice receiver in Shamid, but with my quarterback, you know, I took our best receiver in Khalil. Now I'm going to draft his best receiver in Frank, potentially maybe rookie of the year. So I'm going to take Frank 49ers with my third pick.
That's smart. I mean, if you got Felix as your quarterback, they already had that mojo working. They already know how to do the thing. So it's going to be this is going to be the best All-Star game there ever was. I really think it is, guys. These guys, this is the way to do it.
This 2014 draft is amazing. And these guys are picking some great picks. You know, I don't know who's going to win this.
Yeah, it's good. Usually, Buddy chokes in fantasy football drafts. But this is a different level. He knows the guys, the players a little bit better. So this is good so far.
I'm looking at a high-scoring All-Star game here. I mean, this is. We were talking about the Urban Meyer earlier, how it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think this All-Star game with the players that are on that board, wow, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be basketball numbers.
So let's go with that next pick for the Red All-Star team with Hector.
All right, so my next pick is going to be a quarterback. It's kind of hard because these three quarterbacks are almost the same. But I'm going to go with somebody that I haven't I really don't know too much, but I know a little bit about it, so I'm going to pick Quad from the Packers.
Wow.
Interesting. He steals them from Buddy. I kind of thought that. And I'm not sure that was a wise pick because you have three quarterbacks that are the same. Why do you pile up on the wide receivers? Now Buddy's going to pull in the lead here because he has the best quarterback. Now he's going to have the best receivers. Obviously, Hector doesn't play a lot of fantasy football, but hey, you know what? Anything can happen in an All-Star game.
I got to disagree with you. I think that was a wise pick for the fact that, you know, in the second half, Quad can play both sides of the ball, and the fact that Quad is his mentality is all about winning, and the kid never gives up. He gives 100% every play. He's a physical player. I like the way he played. I think that was a great pick by Hector Mamero, and I think Buddy is sick right now about that pick.
And you know what? At first, I was going to disagree with you, but after you made that point, putting Quad in the second half on defense, I think that's where Hector's going to pick Moses, because I really believe Hector's going to pick Moses, and he's going to start him and let him play this whole second half. So let's go with that next pick for the Blue All-Stars, Buddy.
I got him nervous.
Yeah, that was definitely a steal. Stealing one of my players that hurts. Qua, we go way back, bro. You know how to choke over there for them, man. So we can look good over here. But my next pick, this guy is one of the nicest guys in the league, but also claims to be one of the fastest guys in the league. And I'm going to take Seahawks burner Chris Rodriguez with my next pick.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's a great balance. I mean, you got to have that speed guy in there. It'll be interesting to see what Chris can do with a real coach. You know what I mean? That'd be real interesting to see what happens this year. And I think I put him in position to win. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's a good pick for Buddy. I see what Buddy's trying to do here with his offense. He's picking all around the boards. He got a guy that can run the ball now. I think he will be having the option out there with Chris. You know, which is a really good thing because Chris he can break any day and score, and then he'll have Khalil and Frank out playing wide out. It's really good the way he's building his offense.
And also for special teams, I mean, they punt, they stop him. I mean, that's good stuff.
I think Buddy would probably utilize Chris in a way that Jesse never used him, which was a lot of bubble screens. And I think when you hit that kid with some bubble screens and let his talent take over, hey, he's a game breaker. So let's go with that next pick for the Red All-Stars and with Hector.
All right, so y'all know me. I don't run the ball that much, but I'm going to try something new this year for the All-Star. I'm going to pick somebody that loves to get the ball in the handoff and is known for that. So my next pick is going to pick Sharif from the Colts.
Oh, nice. That was a real interesting pick. We'll see how Sharif can do surrounded by such a stud-filled team. I think, I think this could be a good pick. It'll be interesting to see how he gels with Qua, I think. So.
It's an interesting pick. You know, I think he's going to be a sleeper in his All-Star game. A lot of guys are going to be sleeping on, but Sharif he can run the ball, he can catch the ball. He's just a playmaker all around like the rest of these guys. And he can use them on special teams too.
Yep.
This is interesting.
Now, what I've seen on the board that's still available is the hikers, and that is a very crucial position. We all know how crucial that position is, especially clogging up the middle. So I'm curious to see who's going to take the first hiker. So let's go with that.
Yes.
I think it's, I mean, they're two similar picks, value picks. You got to look at value picks.
Goal line is important.
Right. So
extra points are important. That's where the hikers come in.
And let's go with that next pick with Buddy for the Blue All-Stars.
With my next pick in this year's draft, my receivers are all fast, can catch. Right now, I need a little bit of height. I'm going to take a chance here, and I'm going to take Zaire, one of the best receivers in the league. I'm hoping he shows up to this All-Star game. All right, that's my only concern is maybe he won't show up, but I'm hoping he does and finishes out the year. I'm taking Zaire with my next pick.
He need to come to a team that know how to coach. That's what he need to do.
How in the world he slid to the 9th pick of the draft, I'll have no idea. This dude is like 8 foot tall. I mean, Felix throwing to these dudes is I don't know, man. I mean, this dude's so tall. There's nobody that can jump with him. Nobody.
Buddy's just building up a powerful offense over there. You know, I don't know how he slipped that far in the draft either. And I'm pretty sure Buddy picked him because he don't want what happened to him in the regular season to happen again. One of his players getting mossed like that. So, you know, that was a great pick by Buddy. And I think Heck slept on that pick. So I want to see what Heck is going to do next. I'm really interested.
I agree with both. I agree with both of you and wondering how come this guy slipped so low. I mean, he had the most Moss type top 10 touchdowns this year. And how do you let a guy like that, who was actually Moss, Randy Moss type player?
Yeah, I missed it.
So let's go
shows
with,
up. It'll be quality.
So let's go with the next pick with Hector on the Red All-Stars.
All right. Y'all might be surprised at this pick, but I'm going to give him a try. I'm going to pick somebody else that can also run the ball, maybe switch it up around a little bit. I'm going to pick Richard from the Ravens.
I like Richard. That's not a surprise to me at all. This dude is the bulldozer this year. This kid, I don't know if he was sleeping on what, but he gets that ball and he runs people over. He's quick and he's it's tough for him to get grabbed. I mean, because of his low center of gravity. I think it's good.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I see what Heck is doing this year. He said he never ran the ball. I think he's gonna go on and run the ball a lot in his All-Star game. It's gonna be a really good game. Richard, I seen him break out this year a lot of times for some touchdowns. It's really hard to grab his flag, like Chris was saying. He's so small, but yet so explosive. Yeah. He's a heck of a player.
That's good center of gravity. Yep.
You know what I like about Richard is that he's like a Richard Rice. Instead of saying Ray Rice, I'm gonna say Richard Rice. I mean, a couple of times this year we saw him plow over people. I mean, this is a flag football league. And this guy ran through people like they were butter, like they were melted butter. So let's go with that next pick here on the Blue All-Stars with Buddy.
My next pick here in this draft, man, I have to go with someone I can trust, someone who's loyal to me, someone who is probably one of the best centers to ever play in this game, one of the most underrated players in Timoteo history, who can catch, who can do it all. I'm going to go with my man, Allen, man.
I thought he was going to go with George when he was talking.
Yeah, Allen's it's a good pick. Allen, I think, is a sleeper pick in this draft, the sleeper pick. I think he's Mr. Reliable, and even though he had kind of a quiet season this year, I mean, it was more or less because of the Packers just were in shambles for a lot of the year in terms of offense. It took him a while to get started, but I think he'll be a solid pick in this offense. I think with Felix, he finds the open gap. The mentality between Felix and Allen is going to be huge. I mean, these guys are smart. And I think it's going to be really good show on the field.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great. That's a great pick. You know, last year Allen was in the All-Star game as well, and I seen Felix connect with him a couple times. And you know, he's very efficient in the goal line. I looked to watch Felix use Allen in the goal line, and Alex will be very successful in the goal line this week.
Now, we want to say that Hector is left with George, but he's not left with George. I mean, George, he has amazing hands. I mean, he catches everything that the Lions quarterback threw him all this season long. And I like the fact that Buddy stayed with loyalty and picked his Packers because it was going to be a hard choice for Hector. So let's go with that next pick for the Red All-Stars with Hector.
All right, so I got my receivers already stacked up. I could probably pick one more receiver, which I'm gonna have to, but I'm gonna go with my second quarterback. So I'm gonna pick my player, Moses.
Now that's not a surprise.
That's not a surprise. I mean, that's surprise.
We seen that coming. We already know what Heck is doing. He's building up all these players, and he's gonna let Moses play the second half quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like game day. I mean, Hector's very predictable, and same in the draft, so it's very similar things.
I mean, Moses is known to read off the cornerback when he's throwing the ball. So that's what Hector's going to let him watch Qua pick apart the Packers. The Blue All-Star defense, and then he's going to let Moses come in and clean up. So let's go with that next pick with the Blue All-Stars for Buddy.
My next pick here is definitely a sleeper. I don't know how he slid this far down. Some people might not even know who he is, and that's a mistake. He's one of the best possession receivers in the league. He definitely makes big plays for the Cardinals. You can throw it up to him, whatever you want to do. I'm going with my man Sam, the man from the Cardinals.
Yeah, again, this is one. He's exactly right. This is a sleeper pick. I think this wide receiver tandem is, I don't know. I mean, it's just an incredible tandem. I mean, this is an all-star of all the all-stars. And I think it's good, and I think Buddy's put together a pretty good team here.
Yeah, Buddy's doing a heck of a job today with these draft picks. You know, he picked up Sam Hands, Sam the Man. You know, we go all day with nicknames for him. That's a really great pick. And, you know, I'm not surprised to see him jumping over guys this week, catch a touchdown.
Well, I have to agree with both of you, especially you, Leo, when you said that Buddy is doing a great job picking. But the only problem that I see with Buddy is that he can't coach a talented team like this.
Yeah, that'd be
and
that's
that's where
challenge.
he's going to need. Hopefully, he has some good assistants on there to help him bring him along because he only knows defense. Doesn't know
That's all
offense.
he do.
And hey, let's go with Hector with the next pick for the Red All Star.
I mean, there's only one more person I can really pick. I already got the height. I already got George, so I'm just gonna finish it off by picking up my last receiver, which is Steven from the Colts.
Yeah, good pick, good pick. I mean, this will be interesting to see him. He's played a lot of quarterbacking, so if you know, Qual Moses don't work out, you actually have a third option here, which is be good to have some depth on this team. So.
Yes, he definitely has a lot of depth on quarterback, but I think he would use Steven as a wide receiver. Steven is a good wide receiver. He just hasn't had the chance to show that talent for the fact that he's been playing quarterback for the Colts.
So now we have 2 players left on the board, and we obviously know that both players are going to go to the opposite team, and we'll just go ahead and go.
Yeah, I mean, George, I think George was solid. I think George is going to be a solid player for Hector in that offense. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's been one of the most improved I've seen over the last few years. I mean, this kid has hands like crazy. Brian, I think Brian and Felix, that's going to be quite the tandem there. I think I think Brian's exciting, one of the most exciting offensive players that we have out there, and he's going to get the ball in these receivers' hands. I think it's going to be one heck of offenses right here.
Yeah, I think Buddy will use Brian in a lot of different ways. He don't only play quarterback, rumors, he plays receivers as well, and he can play defense as well. So that's a versatile kid, and it's going to be really interesting to see what Buddy does with him.
I think Brian is in that category as athlete. Like when you're going to college and you're being recruited and they see that you can play both sides of the ball, he's under that category as an athlete. And I think Buddy's going to have a good time using this guy in the backup.
Yeah, so that pretty much wraps up the offensive draft special. We're going to turn around in a few minutes and do the defensive draft special. So this will be posted. If you are on the blue team or red team, you'll hear from your coach soon as a time if you're going to practice or what time to be at the field. And good luck.
One claim to be the God, one used to be with God. Get the VCR, I'ma rewind it back so you see it all. He ain't made Jesus walks and spit conscience. Then he took Jesus off and did monsters.